Hello, hello, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. Well, hello there, gardening friends. I hope all is well with you. I hope that you are having a really great day today. It has been quite lovely here in the Boston area. We have experienced a cold morning. I say cold because it was like in the low 50s in the morning, but it has warmed up and it is highly pleasant right now. It's just really beautiful here sitting with you in the garden, and there is occasionally a slight breeze, but not yet. And it hasn't come just yet, but there is a lot of activity. I can hear a lot of sounds in my garden. I can hear cars and planes overhead, but then I can also hear the sounds of the garden. It sounds like either crickets or some kind of insect. It's just making that buzzing sound at this time. And it's the same thing in the morning. I can hear it in the morning, and I can hear it now in the garden in the evening. Um, I I know they have a name for it, but anyway, to me it's either like crickets, something like that. But anyway, it's good to be here with you today, and I hope that you are moving into September right now with a sense of joy and feeling very good about the new month that we are now experiencing. Well, my name is Catherine, and I am here in the city, in my city garden. I call it my English style cottage garden, and it is nestled in one of the neighborhoods in Boston, Massachusetts. And I love my garden. I love where it's at because I'm surrounded by a lot of trees and a lot of greenery. But yet I know that I am not alone because I can hear the city sounds, dogs barking, music in the air, and the sounds of crickets or whatever that is. If you know what it is, put the name of it in the chat. Come and join me in the chat if you know that sound. I think it's like at the tip of my tongue, the name of the sound of that um, in the background. But still, it just reminds me that we are in late summer and that things are happening all around. Well, I am going to be talking to you about my first pumpkin. Yes, and also garden mums. And then I also have another show and tell for you, another show and tell that we're going to unveil together. And then I'm going to uppot them and think about what I want to do with them next. I think I see someone in the chat. Come and join me in the chat. Make sure that you hit the notification bell and the subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit the like button so that we can bring more to the channel. And so now I have on my glasses, so now I can see who is in the chat. Hey, Francesca, how are you? I'm doing fine. Francesca says it sounds like June bugs or even the cicadas. Yeah, I think it sounds like the cicadas, maybe. I was wondering if that's what it was, or crickets or something like that, cicadas. But I've been hearing that sound a lot in the garden, and especially early in the morning or now late in the afternoon. I'm hearing the cicadas. Um, and I am, it's just a different sound because they weren't here earlier in the year. I didn't hear them until actually I was doing my videos. My last two videos or so, I think I heard them in the morning. along with the planes overhead, and it was something. And so I have the moms here. I was so fortunate, Francesca. It was yesterday, actually. I had to go somewhere, and um, I said, well, let me just stop by the grocery store, because usually that particular grocery store, they have plants in abundance, and they happen to have them very inexpensive. I guess they're part of a nursery, and they've just decided to partner with them, so they bring them garden mums in the fall, and and I happen to walk over, and voila, there were the garden moms for such a really great price. And I love the container. It wasn't this container here, was what the plant came with. Usually it's those little red pots, those red plastic pots. This is a plastic pot, but it looks like it's a decorative plastic pot. And I was just so pleased to get it all in one. And I got it for such a bargain. They were two for $9. So you know that is a great deal, because um, going forward and at other places, especially at the big box stores, you're going to have to pay like $8, $9, $10. Some places you pay up to $12 just for one. And this is a really nice, healthy, beautiful, beautifully styled mum. And it just seems like it has, that's the color. As you can see, it's more like an orangey color. But then on the other side, it has a pinky color. So I'm thinking that they put at least 2 or 3 plants in the pot. When they were planting it, they probably had 2 or 3 little baby plants, and they put it in the pot, and it's grown up so bushy and so full. And I felt like I was blessed yesterday when I went to the um, grocery store, and I saw them there, and 2 for $9. I went crazy. I got myself 6, 10. 10? Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10. I bought myself 10 of them, 10 mums, and I put them in the front garden, right in the front, very front of the home, because right there I did not have anything really growing, and I had actually pulled out a lot of stuff and had just said I'm not going to plant up front there in you come in, and because, hi Deborah, how are you, Deborah? Yeah, they are lush and beautiful, Francesca. Good afternoon, says Deborah. My mums came back from last year. I almost overwintered. I always overwinter them. Now, if I could do that with peppers. Yes, and you know what, Deborah? It must have been a mild winter and a really great summer. Spring. Let me start again. I think that that we had a really mild winter, and also a beautiful spring where we didn't have any hard frosts. And it just transitioned really well from winter to spring. That my mom's also, hey Sonia, how are you? My mom's from last year also did very, very well and returned. And I planted them. Hey, Beverly. Good evening, Miss Catherine and gardening friends. How are you, Bev? Yeah, that I had planted them from that same front and moved them into the back. And now they're starting to bud up, and they are starting to want to flower. And I remembered to pinch them back. So they look a little bushy and nice, because if you pinch them back when they're coming back, They won't be so leggy. And so I had pinched them back, and they seem nice and bushy, and they're starting to develop their flowers. So yes, the garden mums can be an investment. You might be able to get a year or two, or maybe even three out of them. And where they are right now, they're thriving and looking so good. So I didn't need to get enough. I didn't need to get mums for the back garden, but rather for that front space where they were last year. And what I need to do though is take them out of this plastic pot and put them in the ground so that they'll have enough time to develop a strong root system, and mulch them up really well. But you know what I decided to do? Keep them in the pot for a little bit, so that I can water them, directly water the roots. Because if I put them in the ground there and I water it, sometimes the water has a way of just running away from it, and that it doesn't go down deep into the roots. Hey, Yankee Sister Homestead, how you doing? My people are in the house. Hey, I got all my friends, my gardening friends in the house. I am so happy. And three of you have remembered to give me a like. Come on, the rest of you, give me a like. Hit the like button to bring the rest of the people in. Bring them in so they can join in our joy. I'm feeling very happy today, and I'm very grateful that you all have come to join me. And as you can hear, Francesca says that they're cicadas, and I think that that's what it is. Can you hear the cicadas in the background? And lately, as I've been giving my video and my video walks, you're able to join the chat today. Deborah, I miss you so much. I miss you. I missed you to also from the other channel as well, when we had our Google Meet. We had a Google Meet just recently, and I miss you. I don't know if that time is bad, but you can hear them, Sonia. Yeah, you can hear them also in my videos. So I've had to be strategic so that you won't just get that sound all the way through, and throw in some nice, music in the background. I've been loving my gardening walks. My garden walks. Have you all been watching them? They are so soothing, and the music and everything, and the flowers. I've just been getting into photography, of taking pictures of the beauty in the garden with the flowers and so forth. So I hope that you all are watching and enjoying them. I'm thinking of you all, and I'm thinking of the fact that I want to provide a nice Saturday evening and Sunday night video. I'm thinking of you, Francesca, and your family, that you'll get to watch my garden and just sit there and have a little calm, quiet, before you go to sleep garden walk. You miss us too, Deborah? I do miss you, Deborah. I do. I just wanted you to know that. And I'm hoping that all is well with you and your family. I bless you, Deb. Yes, your walks are always soothing. Thank you, Thelma. Thank you. They're soothing to me too. I listen to them of course I'm putting it together. Well, the Sunday ones, this is how it works out. On Sundays, right? Are you getting the morning walk when I go out in the morning, before I get ready for church or anything, right after I have my devotional inside. And I'm finished with that, then I go outside with the phone, and I go out and I videotape. I just tape I just film the garden, and I'm alert, and I'm calm, and I'm feeling good, and I get to see it. It's just like everything is highlighted. Sunday nights, yes, yeah. Well, I tape it in the mornings, and then if I have time, if I didn't spend too much time, because usually it's about an hour or about 45 minutes doing all of that, I would then try and do a quick edit, and then I'll get ready for church, And before, I used to wait until I came back from church to, well, yeah, come back from church to, introduce the video and everything and show you myself and all of that stuff. And say, come and walk with me, come and walk with me, come and walk with me. But lately, I have been doing that before I go to church. So I'm feeling happy because then I'm ready to go to church, and I'm feeling fresh and good and alert. Um, and I like doing that. And then when I come home from church, that is when I edit and put it together and pray that I can get it out there before 8 o'clock. Yeah, I figure 8 o'clock is a good time to at least by 7 or 8 o'clock to put it out there. So look for it. Look for it because it's an updated look at the garden, and I've really enjoyed looking at it going through and doing those garden walks every single week, because I find that my garden is shifting and changing all of the time. And I see new things. Like 2 weeks before, the hibiscus was blooming. Those big, beautiful hibiscus flowers were blooming, and there were other things blooming, but they're gone. And and then the mother of pearl roses have just opened up fully. A lot of them have opened up, and so beautiful with the zinnias that I had planted. The zinnias now are starting to bush out, and the color is so nice, and everything is just blending. And it seems like I have a rebloom of the purple phlox and everything. And then I moved some of my pots to the front to add some color. But yet at the same time, things are dying back. Things are just growing wild. And it's so lush and full, especially in the jewel garden. One side of my garden is just looking so good. The other side, I'm ready to cut that down. My English style cottage garden side with my Sonia, you know how you had the sunflowers? Well, you know what? Those squirrels, and I had some yellow finch birds. I found them devouring the sunflower seeds. And the squirrels, they pulled off the sunflower head, and they were small, so they climbed up, pulled off the sunflower head, and dragged it back to wherever they would go and eat it. And I would see seeds scattered all in front there. So I cut it down, and now they have just a few flowers, but it's starting to look worn and tired because we haven't gotten a lot of rain. Have you all gotten a lot of rain lately? Yeah. Sonia. Ta-da. Oh, wow. Sonia. That's my only pumpkin. Could you believe it? Last year, I had so many pumpkins all over the place. This year, this is the first pumpkin. No rain for you, Bev? Yeah, you're not too far from me. No rain. Yes, rain? Well, if you got rain, that means rain's coming our way, Thelma. Thank God. We haven't had a drop in quite a long time now that you mentioned. Yes. Oh, you too, Francesca? Yeah, no rain. We've had to pull out the hose. My husband has been so good. He's so good, so diligent, and he's been watering the garden and he's actually watering it right now, keeping everything wet and moist so that I can still have some color in the garden. But we have not had any rain for at least a week or so more. And so things are really starting to wilt. My hydrangeas are starting to wilt the leaves. And so we're trying to be diligent. I'm trying to be diligent in watering them. But even though we are still watering them, giving them a lot of water from the hose, they're just worn out. They're weary. They're worn out. The leaves are just drooping. It's kind of sad. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I believe that they're fine, that they will bounce back. All right. Oh, my mistake. No rain today. I just watered today. Okay, okay, Thelma, it's fine. Any other comments? Did I miss any comments? Who else came on? Thelma, Yankee Sister, Gardens Are Me, Deborah, Sonia. Yankee says, yes, your walks are always soothing. Well, that's good. I'm glad that it's soothing. I'm glad that you're feeling soothed by the walks. Francesca says, my family and I love watching them with a big bowl of popcorn. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so I'm thinking about you all when I'm making them. Deborah says, I watch your walk Sunday night while I'm trying to wind down from the week. It's very relaxing. Perfect. That is my goal. That is my goal, to provide for you some relaxing video that can help to relax you and set you to sleep. You know, my voice, people say my voice is very soothing in those, and so that's good. Sometimes I put it on and fall asleep to myself, and it's really good to soothe you all. Well, now that most of you are here, let me tell you about what I have here. Some of you have already heard, but oh, my mistake. No rain today. It just watered. It definitely helps set the tone for the evening. That's nice, Francesca. All right. Garden walks are a peace break. Amen. And by the way, I enjoyed the both of you, Francesca and Yankee Sister Homestead, on your channel. It's always good. And yeah, we need to let our light shine. That's for sure. You know, and that is what we've been getting a lot of in the garden, which I'm really glad about too, that we've had many sunny days. And it's amazing because the sunny days are helping the tomatoes to fully finish developing. So I am still harvesting tomatoes. It has been, Sonia, it has been a tomato year. Beverly, I have a lot of tomatoes. Francesca, I've been storing the tomatoes in the freezer. Deborah, I think I'm going to make me some pasta sauce, tomato sauce, and put in my basil. I have basil, and I have my herb bowl there with sage and all of that other stuff, and create a good pasta sauce. You know, I haven't done much cooking. I've been eating salads. Have you all been eating a lot of salads? This year, I have found myself eating a lot of salads. I have, you know what I have too, a lot of kale, curly kale, dinosaur kale, and collard greens. And I love the collard green leaves raw when they're young, the young ones. And I've just been dicing them up. Yes, Lord, says Thelma. 8 1-gallon bags frozen and more to come. Of tomatoes? Yeah, my freezer is filled with tomato bags. Your sauce will be great. I just know it. Thank you, Francesca. I'm going to have to watch your video of how you made your sauce. And I think about you all the time when you said you add different things to your sauce. Well, I don't, you know, the other thing that I don't have a lot of is, what is that? Bam Bam. Where's Monica? Monica, no Bam Bam. Oh, wow, Miss Catherine, that's quite the harvest. Yes, I've been eating plenty of salads, too. You too? Yes. No zucchini. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 zucchinis. That's it. This is not a zucchini year. No zucchinis. And the thing is that but the zucchini that I have had, I have been ate veggies in my sauce. Well, you know what I've done? Oh, Francesca, you would like this. My church, they had somehow, no Bam Bams, no Bam Bams, Summer, zucchini. um, my church they were giving away raisins and walnuts and carrots. Raisins, walnuts, and so I decided that I was going to make myself a carrot cake. And so I remembered what Auntie Ellen had said, how she would put zucchini in her cakes and she'd trick her family because they didn't really like zucchini. So what she would do is she'd grate up the zucchini and put it in the cake. And so that's what I've done. I put like a cup of carrots and maybe a cup and a half of carrots and a cup of zucchini, grated zucchini, or more. It depends on how much I grate. But anyway, a little bit over a cup of zucchini in it, and then I would mix in the carrots, grate the carrots, the zucchini, the chopped walnuts, and the raisins. Oh, buddy! And I'd use white sugar, a half a cup of white sugar, and a half a cup of brown sugar. And and what else would I put in there? Yeah, and with a little cinnamon and some vanilla. Well, I ran out of vanilla the last time, but a little vanilla in there as well. And I made some carrot cake. It did not need any frosting. It was moist. It was delicious, and it tasted. You know what? That kind of cake tastes better the next day. It was more like a bread. The next day, my husband, he cut himself a big old piece. Because I like to bake in the bundt pan, right? So I put it in the bundt pan so it has like the dividers, the little creases. He cut that bundt pan, that cake, carrot cake, with a big cup of coffee. He said, "This is my breakfast." He didn't know how happy he made me. To know that he loved my carrot cake, my carrot bake cake. It was so good. It was so good. I thought about you. Gardening mindfully. Hello, everyone. Hello. How are you gardening mindfully? You love carrot cake? Well, you're too far away, but I'll keep that in mind, Sonia. You're all the way over in the other side of the world. hmm It feels like it. Um, you ate, oh, yes, zucchini. Ate veggies and our sauce. No bam bam. Yum, Francesca. Deborah says, I didn't grow zucchini this year and only got 2 squash. Yeah, I don't know. I think people have complained about squash bugs, and I usually don't have that problem with squash bugs. But this time, I think that I had squash bugs and it, like crawling inside of it, and it sapped out all of the moisture out of it. And because when I pulled up the zucchini plant, it was all rotten down by the roots. And so I knew that something was up. Um, it just wasn't for me this year. The other thing that I've been getting a lot of, though, are peppers. Somebody mentioned peppers. Well, the peppers seem to be doing quite fine here within my garden. I've been able to harvest peppers. What about you guys? I have had all colors of squash bugs. Really, Thelma? Francesca says, you can't even taste all of the veggies I put in my pasta sauce. Yeah, well, the tomato sauce. And then because you have kids, it's kind of good. So they're getting a really rich sauce. That is really good. Yeah, but I was thinking about you, Francesca, when I was making that carrot cake. So now that I have pumpkin, and this is a good size pumpkin, and this, I think, seeded from last year. That's why it's this unusual color. But it's a good size. And even though it's my first pumpkin of the year, and I'm not sure if I am going to get other pumpkins, but on the other side. And they're the sweet pumpkins. Hopefully they will be able to develop on time. But I think I saw like 2 or 3 other pumpkins on the other side of the garden, where I usually have had a lot of pumpkins. That's where my porcelain pumpkins grow. And so I'll be able to make pumpkin pies. But I'm definitely going to be very mindful, excuse me, with this pumpkin to make sure I make some pumpkin bread. Yes, I'm thinking of the pumpkin bread and also the pumpkin pie. You know, it's big enough that I can cut it. I'm going to make desserts with this. Sonia said my peppers did great in my green stalks. Oh, so you have green stalks. Who else has green stalks? Who else has green stalks? My grands are eyeing that porcelain pumpkin. Your porcelain pumpkin? You did it grow? You got to take a picture of it and send it to me, or take a picture of it, put it in your community page, Thelma, so I can see it growing. Oh, when I saw Francesca's porcelain pumpkins growing, Beverly, I have not forgotten about you and the seeds. I'm just slow to getting to the post office, but your seeds are on the way. Okay, my sweet, and I'm excited about my seeds that you sent me, um, the lupin seeds. I'm just excited about that. And yes, I have your pumpkin seeds, and I'm going to send you your pumpkin seeds. But just be patient with me. It just seems like I don't know where the day goes. It just, before you know it, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, wow. And it's not like if I'm not up early in the morning. I am up early in the morning. But after we finish our morning devotions, I mean, the day just flies. And I'm trying to get as much done. I'm trying to get I'm thinking about the next journal, right, for 2024. I'm looking through my pictures and determining what the cover is going to be like, and I have to get back into designing it. I want to figure out what else I need to add or subtract to the 2025 garden journal. So I hope you all have been using this one. By the way, this is a picture of an apple bloom, and I blossom, and I thought I was going to have much more apple blossoms this year. And you know, I didn't see any. But you know, I had one apple. One day it was videotape. I think it was this past week. I looked and I saw that one lone apple on the tree. You know, I ate it this morning. I sliced it up and I peeled it, and it was so good and crunchy. And I was like, wow, how come I didn't get more apples? Yes, time for a 2025 journal. So make sure that you write in this one. I have to go back and fill things out too, because there were so many good things that happened. And looking back at the journal, it just, I was just excited. Yep, see, last year I made the bread, the zucchini bread. Well, I can't even add zucchini bread pictures because I don't need zucchini to do that with, per se. Um, and soon we're going to be talking about winter, the winter garden. Garden Mindfully said, I also have one apple on a crisp pink I planted last year. I am really excited. Well, good for you. Good for you. Make sure you protect it and don't let any critters get it. I saw that apple. I said, I don't care if it had some red on it, right? But I said, I'm going to pick it because I like green apples anyway. So I picked the apple and I let it sit for a little bit on the counter. And that's why I was able to eat it. I started seeing it, getting soft in areas. So I said, I better eat this apple and enjoy it now before I have no apple. Um, and it was crunchy. It was good. It was delicious. I said, oh my, finally, when that, here's the pumpkins from last year and the pie. So what I'm hoping, I planted these pumpkins over the other side over there, and I think I'm going to get about three or so pumpkins. So then I'll be able to make the pumpkin pie with that. But I do want you all to consider the garden to table. as I was saying, I made a lot of salads. I've been eating a lot of salads, and I've been I keep telling myself that I need to keep eating the salads. And so, oh, you know my onions that I planted? Thelma, thank you so much. You weren't here last week, I don't think. But my onions, they are so they grew. And because I did what I wasn't supposed to do, what you said um in your video, that the New Orleans gardeners said not to shroud the onions, to make sure that you give them space to grow. Well, you know me, I didn't give them space to grow. But the places where they had space to grow, I had a little bit bigger, almost like not tennis ball, I would say, but a little smaller than a tennis ball and a little larger than a golf ball of onions. And I have been eating those onions. Well, let me tell you, the little ones, when I dice them up and I put them in yeah, the onions are so delicious that, to get the same flavor from that one little onion, okay, um, it's so powerful, so potent, that it's like getting from one big large onion from the grocery store. Because I like to buy the big bags of onions from Costco, and I think that I'm getting a lot of flavor from them. But no, the flavor from the onions that you grow yourself, it cannot compare. It doesn't compare. There's no comparison. That is very, very strong. So I've been dicing them up, mixing them in with olive oil, and using olive oil and basil and avocado, and making it like a dressing that I pour over my my salads that I have with the kale and the collard greens, um, and then with fresh tomatoes, those little cherry tomatoes. And I dice up also a pepper, and I have some jalapeno peppers that I've been adding to, just a little bit, just to add a little, taste. And so, and then I pour it over the lettuce bed, the not lettuce, the green bed, you know, and it is so good that I end up having to get more greens. Like my husband, he likes to buy those super greens, the power pack greens that they get from Costco. So what I do is I add that in too. So it gives me a nice combination of greens and things. And boy, has it been good. I have really enjoyed my salads. And it actually helps me to eat lighter. And I find that I don't eat as much. Because at one point out there I was gaining some weight. But since I've been eating the salads, it's just helped. Sounds good. You're making me hungry, says Sonia. Sonia, Sonia, you know the mini greens, the microgreens from, I'm still eating my onions grown from seed. Love the flavor. Yes, Beth. The microgreens from what's that store again? Dollar Tree. Well, I had just scattered some of the microgreen seeds in a back bed over there that we haven't really. I was trying to start to cultivate it, but you know what has come up? The bok choy. The bok choy. Yes, and the mustard greens. Yeah, they're growing. I thought about you, and how you said that you would eating your spring greens from the microgreens, letting them grow up a little bit. Yeah. So that's another good thing too to do, you know. And I've been gathering seeds too. All right, this I keep going on about this, and I need to. What started this conversation was about my book here. So for those of you who don't understand what I was talking about the squash, this is last year's picture of all of the different squash and pumpkins and um, different ones that I grew in my garden last year. Just a sample. Last year was a bumper crop of squash and pumpkins and patty pan. I got a couple of patty pans this year, but not like last year. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to talk to you all about and share. Oh, for those of you who didn't notice, Mom's the word. The garden mums are here. Do you see my garden mums? Has anyone else bought garden mums? Look at that. It's the season for garden mums. And I love this one. I was so blessed yesterday. I went to the supermarket. Actually, I had to go someplace else. And then I said, let me stop by the supermarket to get something, but also to see if the mums have come in. No, they're not Costco. They're a different, a local supermarket. And I think they've hooked up with a local grower of mums and things like that, because sometimes they have mums and then they will have other plants there and during the season, seasonal plants, and very inexpensive. I paid, it was I have to whisper, it was two for $9. Two for $9. So that's $4 and what, 50 cents for one. Look at the size. Look at the size. Look at the size of my mums. I was so happy. I got myself 10 of them. And I put them in the front like I had last year. Last year, this winter was fairly mild. And also the spring, we didn't have any cold frosts to kill the nice size, and buds are all closed. Yes. So I'll have them for a while, Thelma. Yes. I called it a blessing, Francesca. I went to do something else, and when I saw them, because I was thinking about them, and I wanted to get them from Costco, because I've gotten mums from Costco, and this was the Labor Day weekend. Sometimes Lowe's has them on sale, like 2 for $12, or Whole Foods would have them 2 for 12. And so when I saw 2 for $9, at first I got 6 of them. I brought them home. I laid them out in the front, on the front my entrance as you come in. I laid them there, put them there, and I said I can be generous with them. And I told my husband, I'm going to go back and get some more so it could be nice and thick, because that's what we did last year. He was able to get some on a bargain, for a bargain too. I had bought some and he had bought some. So it was really thick in the front there. And what we did was we allowed them to spend the winter through, and they rooted. They came back. The garden mums returned because we hilled them up really well with mulch, and we planted them deep, hilled them up, and mulched them during the winter. And because of that, the roots were protected. They didn't freeze, and they came back. And so some of mine have come back from last year. You too? Yeah, I think a lot of people, their mums returned. So what I did was I had dug up the mums from last year and put them in the garden in the back here, near Rabbit, near my bunny, and the rhododendrons. And so they've been growing in there. You'll see them, and they are starting now to actually bud a little bit. and they're much fuller. So I didn't have to buy any mums for the back. The mums are going to be in the front, and I'm going to try and do the same thing like what I did last year, to have them return and then continue to add them to different parts of the garden. What I really like is that this is a nice, this plastic container, this pot came with the plant. Isn't this a fancy pot? The others are in the red plastic-like containers there. But this is nice, and this is so nice that I'm going to be able to save those containers, those pots, to use to plant other things in. But I am so thankful for the mums. Yes, and so the good things about mums are that garden mums, or they're also called chrysanthemums, and these are beautiful, beautiful because they're essential for fall gardens, because they provide vibrant late season color. Yeah, when everything else is fading, when my impatiens begin to fade, the chrysanthemums will add vibrant late season color, and especially when other plants have finished blooming. And their hardy nature makes them ideal for cool temperatures. Hey, Darlene! Darlene Brown, everybody say hello to Darlene. Darlene, we miss you. How are you, Darlene? I've been thinking about you, Darlene. Where is she? I hope everything is well with you. Even to the point that I've started praying for you. I put you on my prayer list, Darlene Brown. Yes, I did. Where have you been? We missed you. You're so much a part of our gardening family and our morning family. I'm so glad you popped in. Yes. Right, Thelma and Francesca and everybody else? We're so glad to have you. Yes, it's made me so happy. Yes, we have. And so we want you to know that we've missed you. All is well. Good, good. That's good to hear, that all is well. That is good. That is good. Yeah, so chrysanthemums, they're hardy in nature, makes them ideal for cooler temperatures, and their rich hues of orange, orange, yellow, red, and purple complement the autumn. Betty Johnson. Betty Johnson is another one. Where have you been, Betty? I hope all is well with you. Betty's in the Betty's in the chat. Everybody say hi to Betty Johnson. Betty, where have you been? All is well? I hope all is well with you. I hope things are going well for you. Yes, we miss you. I don't think I saw you last week or the week before that either. Yes, we miss you. You know, right now, we've become such a community, a gardening community, that when you're not in the chat, when we don't see you pop in and so forth, that we miss your presence. And I wonder about, well, where are you? I think we're a nice, this is a nice size group that we get to know each other a little bit from the chat. And so it has been real, and when you share about your gardens, and some of you have been with me for a couple of years now, I think about 2 or 3 years now, that, when I don't see you all pop in, sometimes I just miss you. Betty says, still healing and slowly gardening. I have here again. This group is wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad you got here. I'm glad that you're healing, and definitely got to put you on my prayer list. Yes, yes. I've grown attached. That even when I feel tired, and I say, oh, I don't know if I'm going to come on this today. I have to show up anyway, just for you all. Mm-hmm. Yes, I feel obligated. All right, so yellow, red, purple complement the autumn landscape. Garden mums also attract pollinators like bees and butterflies, which help support the ecosystem as other flowers fade. Plus, they're relatively low maintenance and can thrive in various conditions, making them a popular choice for extending garden beauty in the fall. And so I wanted to share that with you, and encourage you that if you see garden moms, don't shy away from them. At least buy one or two, and have that get that garden color in your garden, or even just put it on your deck or on your porch. And you deserve it. You can get yourself at least one. You deserve it. That's your treat. And one of the things that I found that I want to do is that each season, to yes, don't shy away from buying a plant that symbolizes the season for us. Like for us, it's for fall, it's the moms. In the winter season, for Christmas, it will be the I can't. It begins with an A. I had it right at the tip of my tongue. Amaryllis. The amaryllis plants would be my specialty plant. At least buying one amaryllis bulb for Christmas, right? Amaryllis and poinsettia. But getting a poinsettia, either amaryllis or poinsettia plant. Yeah, do that, and just in during Easter time, it will be a lily. And then Mother's Day, a hydrangea. Okay? But treat yourself to a plant or some flowers, um, and just say, well, I'm worth that $10, because right now it's $10 or more. I always add moms. Thanks for reassuring me as my treat. Yes, it is your treat. It is your treat. You deserve it. Um, and sometimes we shy away from these little things, but it is what they call romancing the ordinary. It's the little things that make me smile. Like I can see this from my kitchen window. I can see this moms. I put all the other moms in the front in the garden, but I specifically left this one here to take up this spot here on this tape this on the table. So I'm so glad that I can share it with you. That's why I didn't go around and you know make a garden bouquet, a floral bouquet, because this is my floral bouquet for us to enjoy. I know it hasn't colored in yet, but at least seeing it there tells us that better times are ahead. That more color. The fall is, the leaves are changing, but that doesn't mean that we can't have some color. Oh, the time is moving. Oh, and there's so much more I wanted to share with you all. Well, I'll share it with you all next week. But I have something special. I wanted to show you the hydrangea. My hydrangeas are that I had rooted. I showed you one of them. I did show one of them and showed myself replanting it, potting it. Well, I have some more, and I wanted to show you that with the bottle method. But I was going to open it up, but what I'll do is I'll just show you. Yeah, so here is the, remember? There you go. Actually, I could show it to you. But I'm going to up-pot it. That is hydrangea. Remember I talked about having hydrangea, starting your own hydrangea plants? This bottle method is fantastic for things like that, creating a mini greenhouse effect. And I have to get some potting soil. Yeah, I have like 1, 2, 3 that have really rooted. And So what I want to do is, so maybe next week, I'll get myself, yeah, it's amazing. I'm going to get myself some garden potting soil, and we will just add some potting soil to this, or up pot it. I did up pot some others. Um, and and then I use the cloche. I have one cloche from the Dollar Tree that I use to cover it as a dome, and I'm just going to try and protect it so that it can grow out and grow bigger, and then next year plant it in the garden. So I'm going to try and baby it as much as possible, some others. And I had gotten now this one, I don't know if you could see this one. This is a piece. You know, my panicle hydrangea that I bought from Lowe's that I got on clearance. Well, I had accidentally broken off a stem of it, and I put it in here, and it's rooting too. Yeah, it's rooting. And I know it's, you're not supposed, I'm not going to be selling it or anything, so it's okay that I have it here, but it's rooted. So I'm going to have another hydrangea here to add to the garden. And that way too, like, see, if you don't have a lot of funds for buying plants, remember we talked about propagating. And that's what I wanted to mention to you all here in my book, my summer goals. I said, I want to propagate, right? I said, I want to propagate the hydrangeas by using the bottle method. And look at that. Do you see that? I wrote that in my garden journal. And because I wrote it down, I wrote the vision, and now I'm able to make it plain with roots and things, right? So that's the good use about the journal, because you can make your plans and then set your goals and then make sure that you bring it to pass. You're not just wondering, well, what am I going to do next? So I just wanted to show you the value of this. All right, my lovelies. I think I covered everything. So I did mention about the garden mums that you can overwinter the garden mums if you hill them up and mulch them well. Make sure they are watered in well during the fall. Don't allow them to dry out. Plant them now, and they may return in the spring. If you plant them early, that will give them a chance to develop a good root system, that they'll be able to withstand the winter, and you will be able to have at least two, maybe one or two seasons get out of the garden mums, that it wouldn't be a one-time thing. And that's one of the things that made me excited, because I know that I'm going to get more out of them. Francesca says, I love my prayer journal. It has helped me set the vision and what I hope to obtain with the garden as my field of study. All right, Francesca. Yes. Yes, great advice, says Thelma. So I think that's about it. And it was so good to have you all come and join me. Any questions, any comments, anything that you'd like to share with us? Thank you for sharing that, Francesca. Grow, 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 grow together, says Sonia. Okay, Sonia. Oh, and the other thing I want to say, yeah, with the propagation too. The other thing that you need to do is start looking at your seeds. Start saving seeds. Like I saved some cleome seeds. The beautiful cleome that I have up there, they've developed seeds. So I took out my envelope and I started gathering the seeds. So start gathering seeds too, because that's one way of propagating. Propagate through seeds, through cuttings, through division, and all of that. Yes. So, I want to invite you all to our morning session. As you know, I do have another channel called Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. And there, if you are, if you want to have a devotional time, you want to share some spiritual uplifting word, you have the time and you're retired and so forth, then come and join us. Because on Thursdays, I meet with Thelma. Thelma and I do a StreamYard. And we've been having really great conversations about this season in our lives and about, being 50 or above. If you're 50 or above, even for the younger folks, it's good for you too as well, because then you can learn what not to do, um, and know how to deal with things so that you'll know how to deal with things. Yes, we truly have a great time. I'm inviting you all to come and join us in the morning. It's 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you can. And we've been talking about the wells of salvation and how, as a believer, that we have the wells that we don't that will help us to deal with the wells of opportunity, the well of joy, the well of peace, that we can dig down and instead of looking for outside support, we come in and we look for inside spiritual grace to help us in our times of need. And we've also talked about different experiences that we've had with family and church and work and everything. And Thelma is with me, so we have a good time. We laugh, we share, we talk, we sing. Yes, and if you love old hymns, you would love being with us, because Thelma and I, we go way back to the Baptist church hymnal. And those songs come up, right, Thelma? And we sing them. Yes. It was one was whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear? Yes. Whom shall I fear? Um, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? So if you are available tomorrow morning on my other channel, Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy, Thelma and I will be together. Francesca will as the cheerleader in the chat moderating for to participate in that. Um, so it was good being with you all here today. Thank you for the likes. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Hit the subscription button to subscribe for more videos, because I have videos on Wednesday. We meet together here on Wednesdays. And then on Saturdays, I give a garden video of some kind of instruction or something that I'm putting together. If I'm planting something or receiving some kind of things, I talk more in depth about that. I show you me planting that. So I might show a little bit of my planting the mums on Saturday. Okay, and then on Sundays, I have the garden walk, which is a garden tour of the garden, and try to make it nice and calm and beautiful for you. So please join. And then I've been doing shorts as well, that give highlights of the garden and of different things that I am doing in the garden through the shorts. So the garden, I also want to thank you, because the channel is growing. I am very close to 3,000 subscribers. I think I have 100 more subscribers to add, and then I will hit 3,000. So continue to watch the videos, comment on the videos, please comment on the videos, share it with other people so that they can watch it, and tell your friends and family to subscribe to my channel so I can hit the 3,000, 3K, yes, mark. I'm so excited. It's exciting. I've been doing this for a long time and worked really hard for this. But it's worth it. It's a passion and a love. And hopefully it is informative and pleasurable for you as well. Yay, we're going to celebrate when I hit that mark. Yes. All right, so continue to share and continue to watch and comment. Watch and comment. Yeah, that's exciting. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a long time coming, but it shall come. Um, so that's it. Yes. As we grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Uh-huh. Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Catherine's garden and home. Grow, grow, Sonia. Grow, grow. Yankee sister homestead. Grow, grow. Gardens are me. Grow, grow, Sonia. Grow, grow. Deborah. Grow, grow. Darling. Grow, grow. Who am I missing? Betty Johnson. Grow, grow. Who else? Francesca. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. In Catherine's garden and home. G Mama, that's right. In Catherine's garden and home. In Catherine's garden and home. Rambo in Catherine's garden and home. Oh yeah, in Catherine's garden and home. In Catherine's garden and home. Darlene Brown, in Catherine's garden and home. We miss you, baby. In Catherine's garden and home. Auntie Ellen. Auntie Ellen, grow, 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 grow together. Monica, grow, grow together. Who else? Who's not here today? Chloe, where are you, Chloe? Catherine's garden and home. In Catherine's garden and home. In Catherine's garden and thank you. There was someone new to me was here, who joined us. How are you? Let me see if I can find your name, and I will sing it. Gardening mindfully. There you go. I love that. You know, I like your name, your title, gardening mindfully. That's really good. You know, I think that when one's in the garden, that it causes you to think, and you become intentional. It's almost like what I've been talking about, intentional gardening. It's being very mindful of it. Yeah. So thank you, gardening mindfully. Yeah, yeah. We're gardening mindfully. We're gardening mindfully. That's right. In Catherine's garden and home. Oh, yes. Brooke. Oh, yeah. Yes, Brooke. Vintage gardener. Yes. Okay, so have a blessed week, everyone. Nighty night, and God bless. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you next time right here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Bye. Thank you, Sonia. Bye. My granddaughter came in, and we had a lively conversation. Oh, that's nice. Bye, Deborah's granddaughter. Blessings to all and peace. See you all tomorrow morning if possible. And God bless. Have a good night. Sleep well. Bye.